you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Yo, GMS fam, the green room, what's going on? Happy Thursday to all you beautiful beings out there in the world. Thank y'all for tuning in to the GMS show. You know, we start out every episode with peace, love, and positive energy. Passing it over to you. Hopefully you passing it forward to everybody else. I hope everybody out there is reaching their goals, staying elite, staying black, staying positive all the way around. That's what Green Mind State is for, man. Rep that GMS. Green Room, what's happening? I see you, High Def, Don P, JJ, what's going on? So, today's episode, I want to break down some shit, man. We were just talking about yesterday, you know, the death of or the murder of Young Dolph. Young Dolph was gunned down in his hometown of Memphis, and a lot of things, it brings up a bigger conversation when it comes to our people and the way that we deal with each other, the way that we view each other, you know, shit like that. And one person who makes it very loud and clear how he feels about a certain demographic of black people is Charleston White. Now, I'm one of the people who don't really care too much for Charleston White as a person. I think he is a shock jock, which he is a self-proclaimed shock jock. He says that's what he does. He antagonizes and aggravates people on purpose. He disrespects the dead, and he talks down on a lot of people who are well-respected and who have actually, you know, influenced people in a positive way. And he does it in a way where you just kind of get turned off from it. You know what I'm saying? I think he has his own little demographic of people, but at the same time, you know, it's one of those things I can't respect regardless of what his angle is. Now, one thing I did hear for the first time during this podcast interview was the fact that there's something behind it. There's a bigger, I guess, a bigger reason. And it was weird because I was understanding what he meant and I was agreeing with what he meant. But his tactic about going about those things, to me, is wrong. But I think the conversation in the beginning of this podcast before things got heated, because as well on this Boss Talk, shout out to Boss Talk podcast and Unique Hustle. I think during this episode with Melvin Farmer, shout out to Melvin Farmer, OG Crip, AYATOLLAHMARV, OG Pyru, you know, former Pyru, You know, I feel like that shit is still in their blood, even if you try to, you know, move yourself apart from it. You know, regardless of how deep you were, it still is a part of you in some way. And they all sat down together with Charleston. They had a conversation. I want y'all to go through this, and I want to talk to y'all about it. And I want to get y'all perspectives on it as well, just to see where his head is before things get heated. And you'll actually see at the end how this turned out, because Charleston ended up getting up and walking out of the interview because Melvin started to check him for the things he was saying. So let's get to it. What up, Aries? What up, Lady Aries? What up, Sam Brown? Player for life. What's going on, AP? You can block that music because I don't know if I'm going to get caught.
Check it. This is Unique Hustle. It's your boy ECO, and I'm here, man, on Boss Talk 101, man. It's man. We got a special guest in the house today. I got California in here. I got Texas in here, man. I got my boy Charleston White here. I got my guy AYATOLLAHMARV in here. I got my guy Melvin in here, man. How you guys doing, man?
Good.
Man, good to have you, man. And I know you know.
I could tell. You can tell by how Marvin started out this, or Melvin. Sorry, not Marvin. Melvin started out the interview that he just the energy was off. You know what I'm saying? The energy was off. But let's keep.
So
going.
the thing I always talk about, man, is the youth. We've had different situations where, like I said, Mob James was down. When was that? About 3 months?
Like in June.
In June, yeah. It was in June, and it pretty much permeated the waves of the internet. It was Mob James and Charleston White. And when everybody seen it, it was a kids function, wasn't it?
No. He came down here for a kids function.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But we had the podcast the night before.
Yeah, I seen that.
So yeah, we had the podcast. So we got into it on the podcast that Thursday night. That Thursday night. So the kids was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah. So and I know having conversations about it now, hindsight, talking to them, I always would say it really was more about the kids. You know what I mean? That's what this whole thing. That's what everything is about.
Well, on the surface, it seemed like that, but it really wasn't.
Okay.
It really wasn't about the kids. It was really, to address the sentiments, that I've expressed over the internet.
Okay.
And made public. So it wasn't about the kids.
Yeah. But that was supposed to be what it was about, but it ended up not being about the kids, is what you're saying.
It wasn't about the kids.
Yeah. So and I always, and you know me, I go right on back to structure, far as because of where we're at today in society, far as gangs go and far as the way that the culture is, do we want to see change with the youth? Do we want to see children and everybody else detour those things and try to do things in a different way?
Well, yeah, when you say, do you want to see change, and just like I interjected to you earlier, a lot of them start off thinking about they want to do change, and they want to, you hear ex-gang members always talking about, we doing it for the kids. No, nigga, you're doing it for yourself. You're trying to be seen. You change from what your intention was. You get on front of camera. You get to boasting about stuff that you really didn't do and you really wasn't a part of. You didn't make up this. And so now you're just like rappers, just hearing stuff. So when it ends up, it don't be about the kids, because if it was about the kids, if it was about the kids, we wouldn't be in the situations we are with our little fragile egos.
That's right.
If we thought it was a bigger order, it couldn't nothing that could be said to me if I had another intent. But they say before destruction is the ego, and so we start playing on who I am and what I did, and you ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
He makes a good point there, man. He makes a good point, and I think that a lot of people can say what it is, but where do the actions come from? You know what I'm saying? What are your actions telling everybody else? If it's really about the kids and it's really about changing the mindset, man, you got to start changing your actions as an adult. You got to start leading by example. Telling somebody is one thing, but if they hear you telling them some shit and the other shit that they see is the regular shit that's contradicting what you're saying that they should live like, in the streets, they're gonna gravitate towards more of what the norm is. You can tell somebody something all the fucking time, but you have to lead by example.
Well, the thing I look at is when I look at like I told you when we was in L.A. Well, I alluded to the fact of a lot of people, a lot of kids in the culture in the South, after they seen Colors or whatever, or me being in East Texas, Shreveport was right there, so you was influenced by a lot of those guys moving down there. This is how we ended up, even knowing about gangs, period. We was influenced by movies and stuff like that, but we never really, that wasn't our thing, not mine down here. But at the end of the day, a lot of times you see people portraying that now. Is there anything that, should there be a deterrent now, far as after you see all the killing that go on, is this something to where we should be saying, hey man, this ain't the way we should be going with it, far as gangs?
Well, I guess we all say that. We all can say, this shouldn't be the way it was. But then, again, the portrayal is so prolific that what you're saying is one ear out the other.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a
nobody
hard
leading by
job.
example?
Lot couldn't get one. So if you can get one, you done God's world. You know what I'm saying? You done the work. But to think.
Also, what's fucked up too is that these OGs right here, they won't even be taken seriously by a lot of the young crowds because of the distance that has been formed between the youth and the OGs. There's a distance between them. There's no trust or no dialogue between them. You know what I'm saying? They have a distaste for each other. You an old nigga, I ain't listening to you. You old. A young motherfucker come up, you young crazy motherfuckers, I don't want to hear that bullshit. It's a distance between them two instead of it being a learning experience.
You can save everybody. Can't nobody save everybody. You know?
Yeah.
So you have to keep on not talking the talk, but walk the walk. Show it every day. I'm in my hood every day.
Yeah.
I'm in my park every day as a grown man. I'm not AYATOLLAHMARV, I'm not OG Marv to them, I'm Mr. Kinsey. I earned that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not your playmate, but I'm trying to just show, like, damn, bro, I can't tell you to pick up your pants, because if I'm just worried about your pants, if I ain't trying to get your head, the hell with what you're wearing, or how you wearing it. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So we have to get a concept together as a unit. Who we trying to really save?
Yeah, because and I know, like when you look at like different sections in Texas where people are portraying, hey man, I'm in the gang or whatever, it is happening. It happens even now, today,
California, gang banging outside of California is a different animal.
Correct.
California and Chicago is its own animals. One's a lion, one's a bear. Anything outside of those lines, it ain't concrete.
Also, I will say this. A lot of the reason why I do not really care much for Charleston White is because a lot of the times when you do see videos of him, is him being a certain character. You know what I'm saying? He's a certain character that will sit up there and antagonize people, disrespect motherfuckers, and be loud and be ignorant. And it's hard to digest that. But in this space right here, before things went left, I was able to actually digest the things that he was saying and find the understanding in it.
Outside of California, you can go be granddaddy. You can kill niggas when you 14. You can kill niggas in your 20s. You can kill niggas in your 30s. And when you get 45, you can go to community college. And you can go to your son's football game in Mansfield. You can go to his game in West Dallas. Niggas in California don't have that luxury. So when I moved to California, I saw niggas can't retire out the game.
Wow.
These niggas 60 years old, 50 years old, they still at the park.
Well, they're at the park through election, homie. It's not that they can't get out the game. It's some people that are so stuck. I did time. I got out of prison. I went to college. I'd have had a whole life, been out of prison 26 years.
But that's the
You know what I'm
observation I made. That's my qualitative
Yeah.
study, right? That's what I went to California to study. I didn't go to party. I didn't go to get high. I went to study, and I walked the streets every day. So I went where everybody told me not to go. So I know what I was looking at. Them niggas stuck. It ain't a lot of opportunities afforded to them as it is out here. So this is the land of opportunity out here. This is a felony-friendly environment. You can get a job at Lockheed Martin and make missiles for the military with a felony out here. They ain't got that luxury in California. The trucking industry don't boom in California like it does here. The oil fields, they don't get to work in the plants. They don't get the twit cars. They ain't out there on the dock. So I saw that, homie. I saw that. So I got involved through community, seeing this guy, working with this guy. So I was taking notes. I saw that it ain't no black unity nowhere in California. I saw that a preacher can't even speak out against this stuff. So I saw that that's a different animal. Those black people are suffering way different than us.
Wow.
And that was the part that me being somebody who has never been to California, I can't say who is suffering more, who's suffering less, but all I can do is take the word of somebody who has apparently been around and just watched and observed, and it seems like he's watched and observed the differences, and I think in this moment he's not talking down on California. He's talking about how even systematically it's different for them. It's almost like a trap. You know what I'm saying? You become a felony out there, you can't really do shit. You kind of are subjected to finding other ways to survive. You know what I'm saying? The opportunities become way, 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 way more limited when you're a felon in certain places. And what he's saying is other places like where he lives, you can be a felon and still have opportunity to succeed in life. A lot of people are trapped. And I can agree with that.
Let me
and it's
say
unfortunate
that,
too.
How me and Charleston met, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. Through the internet, the proper use, he seen me and he came to St. Andrews Park. Straw hat, cowboy boots, and overalls. And he said, Melvin, I watch you on the internet. I come to meet you and to learn this culture. And it wasn't like God gave him the key. He learned from just hanging with me.
Yeah.
He got to go to see Nipsey Hussle funeral. He got to go to LA Gangs Unite. One time he called me, he was on Imperial in Vermont, almost fit to get killed, and I had...
Yeah, school me on this shit. For those that live in California, let me know. Fact check this. Is he speaking facts or not? JJ said Charleston always speaks on California, but he don't know what he talking about. You know how many ex-gang members have started trucking, plumbing, and real estate companies. Oh, okay. Turner Family Production says all those industries are available here. I'm assuming you mean in California, if that's where you from. But let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong for those that live out in California.
Yeah, in the Denver Lanes neighborhood.
And I had to tell him how to get up out of there.
Or correct him if
teach
he's
him.
wrong.
So
I didn't make that statement.
I was mentoring him, and the first thing he said out of his mouth, he said, Melvin, there is no retirement for you, huh?
Wow.
He recognized that because you still got bullets flying. And, these parks are in L.A. on the west side. I'm speaking on the west side.
You always say.
And then also at that time, everybody embraced this man. So I don't know how we at this position now.
Yeah.
But everybody, he got to meet everybody. Everybody.
Through
so
you.
we embraced him.
Through you.
Through not only me, because he knew Cappuccino,
Yeah,
Psycho Mike, Rihanna.
I migrated off. So the people that I was in California with, they didn't have no gang affiliation. Wow. These was good working people, and they didn't want me at St. Andrews Park. They was terrified that I was with Melvin, right? Because they know California. They know that any given time, man, kids was dying at St. Andrews Park. So I was going up there when people were still getting shot at, right? But I'm there to learn. Nigga, I'm on a journey.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Step by
So,
step, brother.
man, I'm Ubering there. I'm getting dropped off, and sometimes he ain't there.
Wow.
You see him? So sometimes I'm Ubering back and it's late. I got left at the 60s neighborhood. Didn't nobody know me. I'm hearing niggas say, cuz, who is homie there, cuz? Oh, that's Skull partner. Man, where's Skull at? But he knew who he left me with. I don't know.
Wow.
But I trust him because he's been kind of father figure, uncle-like to me while I'm in California. Nigga, I don't know nobody. But I'm entrenched in street culture. So I gotta learn this shit, homie. This is the shit niggas where I'm from done killed and died for. And I'm on Hoover Street. I get to walk down Hoover Street. I get to go to Grape Street. I get to go to all these different places that niggas from my city will never go to. So, nigga, I gotta come back here and teach these niggas. Say, homie, fuck that Crip and Blood shit, nigga. That's them niggas shit. You can't go up there and claim that shit. Them niggas will kill you up there talking about where you from, nigga. Leave them niggas shit alone. That's California game. So what I did, I always sat California over here.
Mm-hmm.
I never, cause they the originals and the founders. So I never spoke on them. Nigga, I learned that from him. Everything past them is emulating and imitating. They really faking.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm telling everybody back in my town, nigga, fuck that Crip and Blood shit, nigga. Fuck you crowd bad niggas. I'm getting big on the internet. California niggas hearing this language, me talk to these local Crips.
Wow.
Nigga, I went to the funeral trying to figure out, man, what the fuck everybody crazy about this Nipsey Hussle nigga for? Nigga, he ain't played on our songs down here. So I'm watching my city, Dallas, Fort Worth, throw this celebration for this Nipsey guy, and nigga, we got niggas do what he do here. Fuck we celebrating that nigga for?
That part right there is an asinine statement, and I'm gonna tell you why. It doesn't matter whether or not you have people in your own city doing the same shit as Nipsey Hussle. That's a black man who was teaching the young kids in the place that you shit on how to be entrepreneurs, giving people opportunities, giving back to the community. A lot of the things that people in their community won't do. A lot of the things that Charleston himself claims that he does for his own community. Why can't people in Texas uplift that man after he passed away? That shit was a tragedy. Nipsey Hussle's death was a tragedy. I don't care how anybody looks at it. It was a tragedy. That was a black man, an entrepreneur who was ready to expand and give a lot more to other young black kids and building opportunities for them, changing the mindset. So to me, that sounds like jealousy. That sounds like somebody who was envious of somebody in the fact that a lot of people were showing them love. I don't understand that.
So Melvin say, hey,
But in this story that he's about to tell, which is crazy because the way that he shits on Nipsey Hussle now in recent days, you would have never thought he actually went to Nipsey's funeral, but he's going to talk about being at his funeral and why he disrespects Nipsey Hussle. You're going to hear him say why he does it.
hey man, I'm going to the funeral, you want to go? So nigga, I go to the funeral trying to figure out who the fuck is Nipsey Hussle and why this nigga being celebrated. So when I'm at the funeral, they smoking weed. They playing his album, which is cussing, bitch this, fuck this. So, nigga, I'm fucked up. This ain't Southern shit.
Yeah, we don't do
no,
funerals.
man, this is a dead body. But because I'm with the rolling 60s, I get to sit counter to the family. So I'm looking at all these motherfuckers smoke weed, including myself, smoking weed in this motherfucker, because we don't do this down south. We there for Nipsey. I started listening to them people speak of Aramis. The mother, the father, the girlfriend, the little boy. The little boy said, last night, Aramis came to me in a dream. It blew me away. I put the weed out.
Wow.
No, man. And when we walk by, I'm looking at the family. They mourning Aramis. We bullshitting for Nipsey.
Wow.
So I can easily say, fuck that character.
I don't. So All right. This is when he brings in the whole character part. So he's basically saying that he disrespects Nipsey Hussle, but he respects Aramis, which is Nipsey Hussle's real name, his actual name, Aramis. I think that's how you said Aramis or Aramis. It's hard to pronounce. But he is using that excuse of the way that people celebrate somebody's life as a reason to disrespect the character, so to speak, of Nipsey Hussle, because he believes Nipsey Hussle isn't the right role model for the kids, even though that's not up to him to decide. That's in the youth to decide in their actions, who live out there in the same neighborhood that he affected. So, although I do agree with not idolizing characters and not idolizing a lot of these rappers out here for the youth, I don't agree with disrespecting the dead because you trying to be a shock jock and you want to put a point across that you can just make a point of instead of trying to be the loud, disrespectful motherfucker. But let's continue to hear him say this, and this is what's going to be the tipping point of this interview. This is where Melvin Farmer decides to check Charleston for what he said.
So I get left in the 60s neighborhood, nigga. This is a melee. Can't nobody get through. The Uber can't get through. Nothing. I'm there till like 10, 11, or 12 o'clock at night, homie. How the fuck I'm gonna get back home? And I can't say this, but Skull left a bag. Say Skull tell me get the bag. Them niggas ain't gonna let me get that bag. They got that bag and took it to Skull.
Wow.
But I'm still there with the 60s. So this big old nigga right here can barely walk, ankles bad, knees bad, look mean in the motherfucker. Say, big homie, you think you can give me a ride to the house? Big sight. He ain't said 2 words in all day long. Yeah, I'll give you a ride. Where you at? So I tell him where I'm at. That's a danger zone. So as we riding home, school tell me, I remember when Nip was about 11 years old, he came up to me and said, big homie, can I ask you something? And he said, yeah. Why you gangbang? He said, this is what the 11-year-old, 12-year-old kid asked him. That ain't Nip, that's Aramis. This an inquisitive kid. I got that from the funeral. He was very inquisitive. So he tell him I gangbang because I was born to. Say, big homie, when I grow up, I'm going to take care of the hood. That was Aramis had that desire. Nip didn't do that. Nip was a gang-banging rolling 60 that'll kill a 8-tray gangster Crip that'll shoot a Hoover.
Wow.
So I don't honor the characters. Same with Monster Cody. I read the...
Hold on. So the character, to me, in my opinion, is the guy that puts on a persona to rap. I feel like Aramis, if the one that was a rolling 60 was that was him. That was Aramis who decided to join a gang and be a part of that life. Nipsey Hussle is a rapper, an entertainer, Grammy nominated. That's who the character is. You're not you're not assassinating Nipsey Hussle. You're talking about the things he did as Aramis. He didn't allegedly shoot anybody or rob anybody as Nipsey Hussle. He did that as Aramis, allegedly, if that's what he did in the streets. So to bring that up as that's what makes it an excuse for you to say something like that. You have to pinpoint the two. I could see if he was talking about a rapper who was out here perpetuating a lot of the street shit and not really out here doing the shit or just continuing to let people know or try to glorify the street shit. But even Nip wasn't doing that. Yeah, he'll mention some of the street shit in his music, but he was also letting motherfuckers know to be an entrepreneur, believe in yourself, be independent, do all this other. Like he was trying to actually say something in his music. You can tell that Charleston never listened to Nipsey Hussle either. So, you know, that's what that is. So I don't believe in his point when it comes to the whole that's not a character. That's a real life person that did that shit. So that and that's what made Melvin Farmer feel the way that he felt. And on top of that, you heard how, now pay attention to this, AYATOLLAHMARV He spoke a lot in the beginning. After this happened, he went back to his old days. You can tell he didn't say a motherfucking word the whole time when Charleston was trying to go off. But you'll see that. Let's get to it.
Monster Cody as a kid. Nigga, that's where I got my gang knowledge from, that book. Miss Pumple, a juvenile worker, gave me that book. Nigga, I sat in isolation and read that book. Nigga, when I came out, I became the leader. Because them niggas didn't have the knowledge. They didn't know nothing about Hoover Joe and none of that other kind of shit. So when I grew up, I started learning that he changed his name to Shakur. Cody Scott and Monster Cody ain't the same people. But they go worship Monster.
Wow.
So I say, nigga, fuck these characters. Whoever Buntry is, what do his mama call him? What do his kids call him? Nigga, don't give me these street names, these bullshit characters that can't stand before God, nigga. Can't stand before God, nigga, so I assassinate the characters because he who controls images controls mine. These bullshit images, nigga.
Wow.
And sometimes he'll bring up God too and talk about standing before God and going to heaven, but I feel like his past, it'll be hard for him. That's what fucks me up, because a lot of people really do become the person that feels like they are holier than thou when they used to do the same shit. You're not giving nobody the same grace, or ain't giving nobody the same respect that you feel like you would want for changing your life around or trying to be something better than who you once was. I can't take advice from a person, or I can't stand behind somebody and support somebody who used to do the same shit but now demonizes other people for it instead of trying to actually teach people and make a point about some shit.
Nipsey wasn't in heaven, that little boy said. He said Earmus. So I don't speak on Earmus. I don't speak on Cody. But nigga, whatever them names is that hip hop gave us, nigga, I assassinate them. Because our kids worship them motherfuckers. This is a generation of idol worshipers, nigga.
Wow.
So I assassinate the idols. Don't fuck what I say, nigga. Look what I do. So that's why I say any motherfucking thing.
And I've heard you say that.
Yeah, I say any motherfucking thing, huh? I say it.
No. I'm not missing this point. I'm dissecting what he's saying and making it an actual. I'm making it make sense. You can't say that you are assassinating the character, but then when you describe the character, you're describing things that happened in real life. That's not a character. That's something, a real person, the Aramis person that you say you don't talk down about. That's what that person did. Nipsey Hussle, like he just said, the name that that hip hop gave him, the rap niggas gave him. If you disrespecting the rap guy, maybe you should listen to some of the shit that he was talking about. You shouldn't be assassinating that guy. There was a reason why Nipsey was so respected. There was a reason why the people that you saw in your hometown were celebrating his life. That's, to me, point blank jealousy.
The internet.
Yeah, I'm a
is
shock
something.
jock. Yeah, I'm a shock jock. Nigga ain't got no
Shock
business
jock.
listening to me, no way.
He
And
say
I'm
that all
willing
the
to
time.
die. I'm willing to die, kill, and go to jail about what I come out of my mouth.
Wow. So when you think about the character versus the individual, as far as the way the mother brings this child to her image when she's dealing with it, do you guys see the difference, or do y'all feel like it's the same?
First, let me start by saying this. And it ain't gonna be no rebuttals about this. Shock jocks, killers, whoever the fuck running their mouth. I represent LA. And I represent this Crip shit.
Marvin wasn't
give a
playing
fuck
no
about
more.
a
Or Melvin,
character.
sorry, excuse me.
But I care about a person's legacy. Don't no nigga disrespect Nipsey Hussle, Monster Cody, Tookie, Raymond Washington, nigga.
This is when shit got real. Melvin started to speak, and Ayatollah didn't say a motherfucking word. Matter of fact, he said 3 words. Wait, hold on. Yes, you do. Motherfucker. Is motherfucker one word or 2 words? We'll say motherfucker's 1 word. He said 4 words. just pay attention.
It's tried by 12 or carried by 6 anywhere, anytime.
Shit.
They characters to me, man.
Well, I
So
ain't talking about who nobody else's opinion. I didn't interject you.
I done
I don't
disrespected
say
them, though.
No.
But I done disrespected them, Skull.
No,
you
I
said
ain't
this in
say-
front of me, and I done disrespected
No,
them.
no,
and
no,
I just
no,
said
no.
I was a shock jock. So, nigga,
No,
at any given time, my nigga, if I feel the need to speak on something, it ain't a man alive that can muzzle this mouth.
A fucker muzzle a mouth.
I'm willing to
When you
die,
through talking,
kill, and go to jail by what I speak on.
But see,
No, you ain't.
Yeah, I am. You man, you lying to me.
Hold on.
That's why I talk so boldly.
Hold on, Chief. Hold up.
No, that's why I talk so boldly.
Hold up.
I get it. But
Hold
Shit,
on,
no,
hold
man, that's
on,
why I
hold
talk
on.
so
We
boldly,
talking
nigga.
like
I ain't scared to
men.
die.
I know.
We ain't
You are.
And I
fucking
ain't scared to
scared
kill
to
no
die.
nigga neither. My me, nigga.
That ain't what we here for.
Shit,
you know?
We
man.
ain't arguing. I'm not, because I'm not doing no motherfucking talking or rebutting.
No, man,
You
listen,
hold
nigga,
on,
listen,
Chief. I'm through talking.
I ain't
I
gotta
don't
justify
say
my
what I
words.
said.
I ain't gotta justify my words to
I
nine
ain't
niggas, Skull.
telling you a
Say, Skull, listen.
motherfucking
Hey,
thing.
listen, I ain't gotta justify my words to nine niggas, my
Check
nigga.
this out.
I ain't gotta justify my
I
words to
ain't
nine
said-
niggas.
no,
my
check
nigga.
this
I ain't
out.
gotta
Here's the
justify
deal,
my
man.
words to nobody, my nigga.
but
I done
listen.
said what I done said. So whatever consequences that come with what I done said,
Fuck the
I'm willing to accept
consequences. We
whatever
ain't talking
consequences.
We
about
men.
consequences.
I'm willing to accept whatever
We
consequences.
men, bro. This is my platform, and
I'm
we
quiet.
come. I come
Go
in
ahead,
love,
talk,
bro.
but I didn't
get it.
interrupt nobody, and I'm a
Before we finish the clip, let me answer some of these real quick. All right, Mickey says, who the fuck gives a fuck about Melvin representing Crip shit? That statement in itself, as a 60-year-old man, shows how fucking ignorant he is. Seabrook says, how about educating your children on how to differentiate between the entertainer from the person? I agree. Free Mind said he naming community destroyers. Okay. Mickey said, listen to what he says. Can't no nigga disrespect them, but white people can disrespect you all day long and you won't do shit. Shut the fuck up. Who said anything about that? Nobody said anything about white people. Who said any white person can disrespect me or disrespect them and get away with it? That'll make no sense. That's a broad ass statement. You should target, like, people need to target those statements towards people that actually aren't about shit. Like who is watching white people disrespect black people and not have shit done to them about it? I don't see that in my world. I don't know what world anybody else lives in, but I don't see that shit. So that's a blanket statement. Anarchy says, so Aramis is Nipsey and Nipsey is the stage name character. Yeah, apparently. Young Rain said he always exposed the fake change gang members. They all supposed to had changed but still get triggered by gang talk. No, that's where people get it fucked up. See, that's why people will take what he said and then try to apply it to the situation. No, he just got done talking about being at somebody. How doesn't nobody see how fake that is? First of all, you went to somebody's funeral, saw their kids speak, saw their mom speak. You saw all these emotions. You said you was even touched by his child speaking about him coming to see him in a dream, and then here you are trying to disrespect his character. But what about his character? What about Nipsey Hussle told him that he was out here doing wrong by the community? Other than being a part of some shit that Charleston used to be a part of and then getting out of it just like Charleston got out of it and trying to do better for the community like Charleston says he's trying to do. Damn near the same type of shit. Identical. Am I right or am I wrong? How hypocritical of it to be the person that used to be a part of that gang life to get out of it and then try to proclaim to be somebody that's trying to do better for the community, sitting up there shitting on somebody. That's why I say it's jealousy. Pay attention to the words. It's jealousy. In this particular instance, tell me why he would disrespect Nipsey Hussle of all people. The guy that used to be in the gang who now is trying to teach the youth how to be entrepreneurs, opening up businesses, giving opportunities to other people, going and teaching the youth how to be better and how to do better, trying to bring people together. Sounds like if I was somebody in the same field that wasn't getting that much recognition and who was a shock jock will point my ammunition at that person, especially after they dead and can't be able to do that same work no more. It's not about defending gang. I fuck gang mentality, fuck all the gang shit. I'm talking about people changing their lives. Listen to the points that I'm making. There's a lot of people that don't have common sense and only pay attention to what they hear in their own head and be ready to comment on something without even listening. Pay attention to the common sense of what I'm saying and pay attention to the point at hand, the topic at hand, who we are talking about. We're talking about specifically Nipsey Hussle. I'm not talking about Tukey. I'm not talking about any of those other guys, Monster Cody and none of that shit. We're talking about Nipsey Hussle, somebody who I've actually listened to. This is what I'm saying. We get so caught up in the shock value of it all. It's cool if you're a fan of Charleston White, but he's wrong when it comes to somebody like Nipsey Hussle. Why would you choose that type of person, somebody who clearly has changed their life around, who clearly is out here being more of a positive influence to the youth and to black people, black men specifically, than anything else? Why would you think about that? He said it for himself. He says it for himself. He went back to Texas and saw people glorifying him and was like, why the fuck they do? Instead of looking at him like another black man who got taken senselessly for no reason, he found a negative in that. Tell me why. Answer that question. Nipsey Hussle got killed outside his business. He didn't get killed outside of some random house outside chilling with the homies getting ready to do some fuck shit. No, he was standing outside his business that he owned and was killed. Why would you disrespect that? Why would the first thing that come to your mind is, who the fuck is this nigga? Why they celebrating this nigga? That's all that is. And I get he's an internet personality. I get that, DeMarcus. I get it. Trust me. A shock jock is an internet I know. Trust me. But the reasoning behind why he says he disrespects Nipsey Hussle doesn't make sense. And if you think it does, you have twisted logic. But let's finish this because he ends up walking out.
Finish,
But I
saying
come
what
in
I
love.
say.
I come in love.
We all have opinions.
But listen, we here talking about what our things I done said.
Yeah.
No,
right?
I'm not
And
talking about none of that. I'm
y'all
talking
can talk
about.
without me then.
No.
Y'all can talk
No,
without
it
me.
ain't like
Stay
that,
here,
bro.
I done drove too
No,
far away.
we
Nah,
ain't
he
talking.
came to-
I ain't,
we
no,
came to
nigga,
talk
I
as
ain't,
a-
no, I ain't got to justify a motherfucking thing what I done said, my nigga. I done
And the fuck
said
you
it.
do.
And
Yeah.
no,
But
I
listen,
don't. I ain't got to
here's the
justify.
deal, bro.
My nigga, I done drove too far from this motherfucker,
Man.
nigga. Got me fucked up, man.
Hey,
Well, we here.
Well, y'all talk.
We
Nigga,
here.
Y'all gonna talk without me.
California is here, nigga.
Man, yeah, we
That's
gotta
what
do-
we meant.
Come on, man.
we gotta do better, man.
No, we ain't doing better because this how this game go.
But
When he talked, we didn't
one
say a
person can't lead
motherfucker.
the conversation.
You can't have it one-sided. You can't do that in front of us, bro. That's simple as that. You ain't disrespecting other people and
We gotta
kids.
do better, man.
No, you still, it ain't that.
Bro,
You
we too
cannot
grown for that, bro.
disrespect.
But I'm
kids.
saying-
You can't
Platform,
respect
Yeah,
that.
but I mean,
That's on you,
you
bro.
can't do all
You
the
can't do
talking
that.
and
Not
then,
in front of
okay,
us.
but I agree with what he said. I agree with what he said about a character.
Am I right?
Yeah, you agree with it.
I agree what he said about a character.
man,
The
but
character, I agree.
sit down and talk.
But
then
don't sit
still
up
in
in
all,
front of
you-
us.
yeah,
It can't go like that.
But son, let me talk to you,
No,
bro.
no.
Melvin, let me talk to you, bro.
I ain't tripping.
But let me ask,
I ain't tripping.
let's clear it up, man, because we can't
Melvin,
leave
It
it
ain't
like
gonna
that.
be clear, bro.
No,
Because
it
bro
ain't,
talk
no.
too much.
No. We're
That's-
not here. When you sit and think, you can talk. I ain't caring about the character, he right. But when you talk about the dead,
But we never got
No.
But that's why I brought. That's
Hold on,
why.
Marv.
So you
No,
said
no, hold on,
yeah,
hold on,
man.
hold on.
You said
That's
that we
why.
wasn't
I,
gonna-
that's
we
why
trying to
I
clear
wanted
it
to
up.
talk to brother before we got on the air.
Right.
And explain to him my view. I saw his okay, but I'm just saying when it came to what he's saying, it's certain things I agree with him what he's saying about when they about the
y'all, we couldn't do it like that.
yeah, but
Hey, he was trying to call Charleston back in there, but let me say something too about people talking about being a gang member, speaking positivity. Some of y'all got to understand that a lot of these people were born into it too. Like, you can be born on a street and immediately where you were born at, you are considered that. And you don't even have to be the one to claim it. Somebody from another hood that knows you live there will know that that's where you live, and that's the part, and that's the shit you part of. A lot of people were born into the shit. Now you can run away from it. You can not hang around motherfuckers. You do have a choice in that way. But influence is real. And I will say this, because a lot of people do know that a lot of the shit is deep rooted. Like my man AP said earlier, they created a machine that can't be stopped. What you can do is, even if you did whatever he was claiming, you can still talk about being peaceful with each other. You can still talk about coming together. You can still say, hey, I'm a Crip and you a blood, you my brother. You can still try to push that message, or try to shift the narrative, or try to shift what's going on in your neighborhood by being somebody who is influential in a leader, so to speak. In my opinion, I understand the contradiction within it, talking about, hey, I'm a gang member, but I also push positivity. But at the same time, I'm never gonna knock somebody for wanting to see more positivity through what's happening in our community. That's all that is. That's all that is. And to be even more of a fragile person, to where even being called something will warrant you to take a life. That's fragile shit. That to me, regardless if you look at it as street rules and that's what the fuck it is, that is some bitch shit. That is some fucking dishonorable ass shit. You get called a name and you kill somebody. How is that even normal? This is what I'm saying. This is something that shouldn't be normal in our community. And I don't advocate none of the gang shit. I don't care for it. But we're also not about to make progress by disrespecting the dead either, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that anybody would even want to disrespect somebody like Nip, knowing damn well they don't have a reason to. You can't name a reason. You honestly can't name a reason. The only reason you can name is a Charleston White, because he made sense about gang members. He didn't make sense about Nipsey Hussle. He made sense about gang members. I'm not disputing what he has said about gang members and the fact that how toxic they are and how unneeded that they are in our community when we already got a lot up against us. But specifically talking about Nipsey Hussle, what would be the reason to disrespect him? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. What is he saying? Y'all saying a lot. I can't. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's like replying to me or if y'all replying to each other in the chat. I have no idea right now. I really don't know. Like, I'm trying to pick what to say, but I keep seeing. I don't know if y'all talking to each other or not. He said y'all don't know Nick. So what? That doesn't mean I disrespect motherfuckers. I don't know them. That's the problem already. That's our problem already as black people, because we don't know each other. We disrespect each other. That is a problem within itself. I was just talking about that yesterday. It's something about the tension between black people where it's like you don't know each other. You walk past somebody and you mean mug somebody just because that's how it is. We have this trust with each other. And it's weird to me. Why the fuck would anybody? It doesn't matter if you didn't know him. And it's not about celebrity worship either. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, it's not about worshiping celebrities. It's about the fact that this was another black man, like I said earlier, for those who don't pay attention or comprehend. I pay attention to how people move. That was somebody that wanted to do better and was teaching entrepreneurship to other young black kids who grew up in neighborhoods they felt like they had to choose shit from when they felt like they didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? He was showing a different choice. You know, for those who say there is a choice, he was showing people the other choice. So, I mean, I guess disrespect that if you want. I don't know. Our morals are different. AP said, I think the message of being a gangster drowns out the positive influence. In my opinion, it happened with many people before him. We hear money, cars, and clothes and kill the ops. Yeah. Player for Life says, even if they are handing out turkeys and speaking about wealth. Exactly. Exactly. Young Dolph got killed after doing some positive shit, but a lot of his music centers around hood shit. So, shit. Nice Charm said, y'all are acting as if, excuse me, there's not a music industry, is if they don't promote and push specific things. If y'all ignored Nipsey's message and actual lyrics, that you shouldn't speak on him. Oh, okay. Well, I agree. That's what I mean by Charleston too. If you're gonna assassinate somebody's character because you believe them as a rapper or him as a rapper was reinforcing stereotypes, you should have listened to the shit and heard what he was talking about. Supreme said, what up, GMS? I don't agree with some of the stuff he says, but I damn sure agree with most of what he says. Okay. JJ says, shout out to the folk who'll diss Nip over his past, but go campaign and vote for white gangsters in suits. Yeah, yep. Motherfuckers do be like, go vote. Young Rain said, Dolph ain't got nothing to do. That's not my point. See, this is what I mean. Do y'all understand how to comprehend things, man? Y'all don't be knowing how to fucking listen. Dolph ain't got nothing to do with it. No, I'm talking about an actual point, man. Listen to the point. Listen to the point. I was reading off what AP said about doing things in your community. It doesn't matter. You'll still get popped. Dolph was reported giving out turkeys and doing all this other positive shit in his own in his own hometown, and he still was killed. You know what I'm saying? Like they nobody gives a fuck. That's what the point was. Nobody gives a fuck about what you do out there in the hood. The hood is too toxic. It's a machine that can't be stopped. AP said, did they kids want to be a rapper after he mentored them or a businessman? Shit, and that's for them to decide too, man. Not to say that they all make it. Some of them motherfuckers might try to be rappers and fuck around and end up businessmen because the shit didn't work for them. You know what I'm saying? Prophylactic said, I believe technology has made traditional street politics hard for other generations to deal with OGs and young bloods. I agree. Mickey said, you can't claim to be a good villain. You have to leave the villain life. What do you... I guess, Mickey. I guess. Money Ski says, at the end of the day, what reason you have to disrespect the dead? None. Yeah, that's my point. But I think people are trying to find reasons to agree with Charleston White in this situation because they feel like they need to because they're fans of his instead of looking at the logic behind it. You can disagree with somebody and still be fans with them. Trust me, I know. I get a lot of flack for it. The Honorable Curtis said, why was Adolph's name mentioned? I don't know, because examples of rappers getting killed, you know, he was the most recent rapper that just got killed. So I think it's appropriate to mention that. You know, we're speaking of rappers who got killed. Nipsey being one of them. Also the fact that young Dolph, for those who are fans of Dolph asking why he's even being mentioned, do you guys even realize that he had a whole entire chain made specifically for Nipsey Hussle with Nipsey's face on it? Like, why wouldn't I bring up young Dolph? giving out turkey seems to be an express way to getting shot sometimes. Nice Charm said the issue with Charleston White is he was speaking towards Dallas people following us LA folks, but he began to run his mouth too much. Yeah, well. All celebrities are tools for the beast system. That could be true. Sim Brown says, too much jealousy, broke, unsuccessful people that blame you for their lack of hustle are dangerous to remain around. Okay. Lord First says, you too attached to people you don't know or you don't own. White says what he says in a fucked up way, so you hear it, but he not wrong at all. Nip was not who he was portrayed to be. That's why he got killed. What do you mean? Everybody knows that he said something to somebody and that dude came back and killed him. You didn't come back and kill him because Nip was doing some wild street shit. What do you mean? And then to start out your sentence with saying, see, this is what I mean, how people say don't understand what common sense is. They say things without common sense. How do you start off a sentence that say you too attached to people you don't know, then proceed to say that Nipsey wasn't who he portrayed to be because apparently you knew who Nipsey Hussle was? I guess you knew who Nipsey was, huh? Shout out to Lord First. I guess he was Nipsey's friend and they hung out and he knew who Nipsey was behind the scenes. Shout out to you, my guy. AP says, can you use the dead as a cautionary tale and not be considered speaking bad on the dead? Yeah, there's ways you can speak on people who passed without disrespecting them. Of course. So, oh man, that shit was crazy. Yeah, it was somebody he knew. He said, if common sense is lost, then what happened to critical thinking? GMS or Anarchy said, GMS, a black wealthy man was at a McDonald's just giving out $100 bills to people. He turned down a black female who called her dude who shot and killed the guy for giving back. Yeah, it's stupid. I guess so. We got to learn to respect the living first. Huh. I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. I do. I actually do agree with that a lot. We do have to learn how to respect the living first. That's how we take care of each other out here. That's how we turn around the scope and we start looking at each other as loved ones and as family instead of as enemies and people we need to go to war with. Because don't get it twisted. I don't like the fact that we do what we do out here. Not even we. I'm not putting myself in that category. I don't like the fact that our community in different aspects is the way that it is. But there's only so much we can do about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So if you agree with Charleston, you agree with Charleston. If you don't, you don't. One thing I know that people do agree on is the fact that they want to see better for black people, period. And I asked this question yesterday, and a lot of people agree with this, which you should. And I'm going to ask y'all again. If you believe or if you feel like you want to see, if this is what you genuinely want, you want to see better for black people, you want to see us thrive, you want to see generational wealth, you want to see us look at each other as a unit, as one, and not as enemies, as in war. If you want to see that, put a GMS in the chat right now. If you want to see that, if you want to see some unity, you want to see some real shit, you want to get rid of this street mentality, this gang mentality shit, the shit that's been holding us back for years, put a GMS in the chat. If that's what you believe in. And if you don't believe in that, please exit and never return to the GMS show ever again. Because that's what I believe in. And that's where I can be biased at. I don't want nobody here that don't believe in us being better, growing together, seeing each other as one, and progressing together and trying to actually build together. That's what I want to see. If you believe in that, put a GMS in the chat right now. Shout out to Anarchy, shout out to Pedro Lee, Universal Trappers, Trauma, Money Ski, The One, Jimmy Child, Wonder Man, Supremium, B Skrills, Arius, Baby G, High Def, Lady Aries, Mickey Knox. Great discussion today, guys. Great discussion, man. Sim Brown, Player for Life, my guy AP, C Brooks, JJ, Al JW, my guy Zen Master, Tips, Tops. Don't get it twisted, man. Anybody that has a difference of opinion here, and I repeat this just for anybody new, because my GMS fam already know. We like to have these discussions, man. We don't like yes men. We don't like motherfuckers that agree with everything. If you disagree, let's have the conversation, because it's always healthy for us as black people to have healthy conversations and be able to disagree and be able to come to an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Without any turmoil, without any disrespect, without any malice. We got to start to be the change that we want to see. We can't just talk about it and not actually be about it. And that's what this space is for. So I really do appreciate you, Green Room, and everybody who participates in the chat. I really, really fucking appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. Get those notifications. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today. The name is down below. If you are feeling generous, I will much appreciate the support. What up, B Skrills? Appreciate the subscribe, Money Ski. I really do appreciate it, man. Let's keep building. GMS fam, the Green Room. Dope ass show today, man. Smoke some, have a good rest of the motherfucking day. Tomorrow is the weekend, the start of the weekend, man. It's Friday coming up. What's up, Mercutio? Hope y'all have a good rest of the motherfucking day, man. Let's start the weekend off right. Wake up on the right side of the motherfucking bed. Get to the money. Achieve your goals. Stay blessed, man. GMS fam, the Green Room, we out.